Thanks for the introduction and welcome everyone. And I hope you had a nice day here at FOSS4GE Europe 2025. It's a pleasure for me to talk about OSGeoLive and to tell you the news about the project and in general introduce you to the project. So maybe some of you have been in the workshops in the last 2 days and already tried and or had to work in the workshop with OSGeoLive. So maybe you are familiar with it, and if not, you will see in a minute what it is about. So I want to start with some pictures to introduce you to OSGeoLive. And here you see a version of OSGeoLive, version 12. We are now at version 16 at the moment. And here you see the desktop of OSGeoLive 12. It was made for FOSS4GE, which took place in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania at that time. And you get an idea. It's an Lubuntu distribution. You have a normal menu. You can go to geospatial, find applications there, and can try all the programs at once. Here you have a screenshot of OSGeoLive archive, and you can see that it's a long journey already. We provide OSGeoLive since many years already, since 2008. You can see that you have distributions here already. And if you want to dig in the past, you could download an old version of OSGeoLive and have a look how, for example, QGIS looked at that time, or MapBender, or whatever you want. So yeah, you could have a look at this archive and the page that you would search for if you would like to get to know more about OSGeoLive. It's live.osgeo.org, and I added a link here which goes to the development documentation. So we are preparing at the moment version 17. So yeah, this is a special link where we are working on the new documentation. And as you can see from the screenshot, this is FOSS4GE Belém, which took place last year, that you can see here on the screenshot. We prepared version 17 in an alpha version for the conference, and our plan is to publish version 17 final this summer. Maybe we manage it in this August to make it ready for the next FOSS4GE, which will take place in Auckland in New Zealand at the end of this year. So this is how you see every year we make a new version of OSGeoLive, and it's a Linux distribution with more than 50 software projects are ready to use. So this is the goal of OSGeoLive, that we make it very easy for you to try all the OSGeo software and beyond. So it's not only OSGeo software, you can try everything on the Linux distribution. You could install it on a in VirtualBox or use a bootable USB drive to try out OSGeoLive and start. So maybe if you have been in the workshop, you have visited this page as well. So there is, for the conferences, we have this page in our OSGeoLive wiki where workshop presenter can link to slides or documents or workshop material. So here from Mosta, for example, you could download the slides for 3 workshops here at the moment, and you could browse down this page to find more workshop material. If you would like to hear more about OSGeoLive, you could also go to the TEB AV portal. It's a portal where you find all the presentations from last FOSS4GEs. And as you can see here, you find OSGeoLive presentations here as well. Some years ago, there was this video. It's online on YouTube, and it looks like we are the least popular Linux distro around, but there's this nice presentation where someone introduced to OSGeoLive, and in the end, he shows how nice it is and what possibilities you have when you use OSGeoLive. So we used to go on FOSS4GEs and present and promote OSGeoLive, and we are an OSGeo project. So we went through this incubation process, and we try to provide OSGeoLive for every FOSS4GE, so it can be used in the workshops. And here you can see the team. So it's me, it's Nicolas, maybe we see it better here. So the tall guy is Nicolas from France. It's me, it's Vicky Vergara. She does a lot on automatization and on the documentation. Then we have this from the map server project, and I think the most important person is Angelos Chochos. He does all the packages and yeah, that's the hard work. So Enoch and me, he's here in the front. We did workshops on several FOSS4GE conferences here in Florence with Nicola together. And here, this is in Prizren. So we try to be on the conferences. And this is in Bonn in 2016. So you saw we had a lot of material promoting OSGeoLive back in that times. And and years ago, we used to produce USB drives. We don't do this anymore because nowadays maybe there's not a big need for it anymore. But you will see OSGeoLive is quite popular. And when I had to look at the statistics, and we saw this version 16, it was downloaded 12,000 times, and a download maybe could be spread with USB drives or could be installed on many machines. So you don't know how much it is in use. And I wanted to show you this picture to attract you to join the community sprint, because here in front of the caravan, you can see the OSGeoLive team working hard on the incubation. And here you can see all the people from the sprint. And we managed to, get everything ready for OSGeoLive to get the incubation ready and to join as an OSGeo project. So this is a picture from another community sprint. This was in Dar es Salaam, where we had a community sprint after the conference, and we were working on OSGeoLive there as well. So this was an introduction, and now I will start. I have to switch. Okay, so let's see what I didn't say yet. So we have this open source geospatial GNU Linux distribution, and the presentation that I show, it is online, so it's always part of our documentation. So you're very invited to use it, maybe at your event if you want to promote OSGeoLive or want to teach people about the solution. You can easily use it to convince people to go for open source geospatial. So you see it's Lubuntu 24, the version, the long-term version. We always go on this long-term version. It's valid for 2 years then, and then we go the next step for the next long-term version. So what did we do for version 17? We updated all the core packages on Debian JS. This is what Angelos is doing, and you can follow the link afterwards and see what happens, which versions we now provide. And here you can see an overview of the versions that we provide now. And we have no new projects added to version 17. Normally, in every version, there are new projects approaching, but this time there was no new project. So if you have a project and you think it would be nice to be on OSGeoLive, you can approach to us. So it's not that we, as the OSGeoLive team, go to the projects and ask them to join, but you have to do the effort and provide an installer and provide documentation, and then you can join. So you can download OSGeoLive as an ISO and as a VMDK version. So with the ISO, we have restrictions. We can only use 4 GB on the ISO. So this is why we provide not all the software on the ISO, but if you download the VMDK, there will be more software included. And we have a change now with version 17. So we decided to provide some of the software as Docker commands. So we will not install them. But if you might use the software, want to use and try the software, we will provide a Docker command, and then you can activate the software that is not installed already. So this is just an ongoing process. At the moment, we have some more things that we have to do until version 17. So we did already some documentation updates. We got new translations. You will see OSGeoLive is translated to some languages. We have a new documentation for one project in version 17. And what we always do for the next version, we download the OpenStreetMap data for the region where the next FOSS4GE takes place. So last year it was Belém in Brazil, and this year it will be Auckland, New Zealand. So then on the FOSS4GE, they can work with the data of that region. And one thing is also that the updated packages, they are contributed back to Ubuntu GIS. So if you use Ubuntu or Debian GIS, this is, yeah, you profit from the work that we do. And here you have the full change log and have a look. And now I could introduce you to all of the 50 projects, but I will not do that. But yeah, we have over 50 open source geospatial application. We have overview documentation and quick start documentation. And the nice thing is we have sample data sets. So we have natural earth data, we have weather data, or yeah, a special data sets. So you can use all these data already, and they are used in the quick start. So you might not know many of the software projects that we ship with OSGeoLive, but with Quick Start, you get a very good introduction. Yeah, and we have translations for some languages, and you could go different ways. So if you have a DVD player, maybe that's not not state of that anymore. But USB or virtual machine, we really can recommend this, and you can use OSGeoLive there easily. And what we also provide is quality criteria. So we have a metrics page. You can visit it on our OSGeoLive page, and there you could see for every project, it's shipped from OpenHub. You could see whether there are a lot of contributors, whether there's contribution going on, and what programming language it's used. And you have these metrics for every project that is on OSGeoLive. And yeah, here you get an overview, maybe where OSGeoLive is involved and who might be interested in OSGeoLive. So we have, yeah, and maybe interesting is that not the OSGeoLive team is doing all the work, but all the projects, they are contributing their script, their installation script, their documentation. So there are many, many people involved in OSGeoLive. And yeah, you might be interested to use OSGeoLive in your workshops or in trainings. So for example, I work for a company where we do trainings, and we use OSGeoLive with some more applications and modifications, but we use it in our trainings, and it's very nice because people can not only use the software that we teach in the workshops, but they can use other things beyond, and it's really powerful. And maybe it can help you for decision making to find a solution that fits for you. So we are part of OSGeo, so we are an OSGeo project. I said that already. So let's see where to go. And yeah, now I give you a quick overview on the project that we have included. So if you visit the presentation, you could go through all these projects and have an idea how they look like. But I don't want to do this. It's lack of time. But you saw we have these desktop GIS application. We have browser-facing GIS applications. So these are applications in the browser. They might use OGC services and give back a nice map. And you see we have several different projects added, but you always have to know that this is not all that is around, just a subset and just the projects that approach to OSGeoLive to get added. We have a lot of web services that are listed here, and very powerful and mature projects that are around for many years. We have data stores. We have navigation and maps. We have OpenStreetMap and OpenStreetMap tools integrated, like JOSM or ID editor. We have Marble that can help you to create a globe. And we have spatial tools. We have many Jupyter notebooks that you can try, for example. And we have domain-specific GIS applications. One. Then we have data sets, as I already said, so you can try everything already with these different data sets. And we have geospatial libraries with examples, for example, for Approach or GEOL to work with the data. And now let's credit the people who are involved. So we have the developers and the project maintainers in the end that help us to publish these great projects. Then we have the authors and reviewers of the documentation. We have translators all over the world that work on OSGeoLive. Then we have the project steering committee of OSGeoLive. And we have, yeah, we are very open. And if you want to get involved, you are welcome. So you can become a member of the team and show what and look which topic could fit for you. So we have a mailing list. We discuss on Discourse, and we have not regularly meeting, but you could join our meetings. So you could improve the website or documentation, or submit your new project, or get involved in the translation. So there's a lot to do, and the translation, I did not mention that. It's at WebLate, and yeah, there you can easily log in at WebLate with your OSGeo ID and then start translation to translate if you're interested. And yeah, maybe this is important as well. Since I guess 2 or 3 years, we have OSGeoLive in the cloud. We have remote OSGeo.org where there is Mesh Central installed. So you could use OSGeoLive online. So there you can create machines, and you can yeah, give access to your participants to this online live OSGeoLive installations, and they can work remotely on OSGeoLive, and then yeah, do a workshop and don't have to install it on their own machine. So if you're interested in using this, maybe in your courses or so, you can reach out to us, and it should be no problem to provide this for you. And yeah, one thing is that you can join us on Saturday, maybe Sunday. Let's see who is around on Sunday, but for sure we will be here on Saturday morning. So if you're interested to join us and work on OSGeoLive or discuss, you're welcome to come around. And to close, here you can see the sponsors. And yeah, I invite you to try out OSGeoLive, and I hope you like the project.
Do we have any questions? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. I have two questions. The first one is, there are some packages which have some dependencies. For example, GeoNote requires a database. So do you have that already set up, or the user needs to do this setup steps? That's my first question. And the second, you indicated you are moving at least some packages to Docker. So that means you are also managing Docker images, or you are just using readily available ones?
Okay, so the first question was whether we have to, the user has to install things or so before they can use it, and that's not the case. It's already ready to use, so this should work already. And the second question was on that I said that we want to switch to Docker for some programs, and this is because yeah, maybe some programs they are not maintained, and we get restrictions because they would not fit maybe to the newest version of Java or PHP or whatever. So yeah, we will only provide the link to the official Docker project, and we will not do that on our own. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for your talk. The initial idea is to use that as a USB stick to start an operating system in your computer. But nowadays, Windows is trying to avoid that as much as they can. I know that you offer that suggest to use a virtual machine. Do you have the impression that Windows users have a problem using it? No?
No.
Okay, cool.
So no. Maybe it was more the Mac users. The application froze, or maybe Enoch knows more. But no, the Windows users should not have a problem. Yes, and we have or I would recommend using it with VirtualBox or a virtual machine, because it's so nice. You can run your own operation system, and then if you like, you can just try and work with OSGeoLive. But yeah, no, there should not be a problem with Windows and Linux as well. And maybe I think we solved the problem with Mac. I don't know, Enoch, if you want to comment.
So for Mac users with the M chips, it's a bit of a problem. Yeah, we had some solutions that work, but I think we need to find a more solid solution to it. Yeah, yeah. But for Windows, unless maybe virtualization is turned off, then we quickly turn it on. For workshops, yeah, we can figure it out to do it. But then it's also written in the documentation that yeah, you need virtualization on. But I think it's on for most cases, so we don't have that much of a problem. But yeah, the problem is Mac with M chips, but Intel chips also no problem with Mac with Intel chips. Yeah.
Sorry, just my question was, okay, is it Mac problem or ARM architecture? It's ARM architecture.
Maybe I have a question back, because I saw you are in education, aren't you? So I wanted to ask whether you think it could be interesting for you to use OSGeoLive.
Yeah, I see potential because I mean, my faculty is really focusing on global south, and we are doing a lot of capacity development activities on the field with also some underrepresented communities,
Mhm.
where basically the computing resources are also quite limited. So I think I still see the potential with USB sticks.
Yeah.
Even so, and that's very nice. And this remote functionality looks also very interesting.
Mhm.
I wonder if you have any kind of limitations on it, because you are serving those machines.
Yes.
That means if, for example, 20-25 people use it at the same time, is it still feasible? Or
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So we had experiences at other FOSS4GEs using these remote solutions, but maybe with 20 people, and um, the feedback was from Vicky that it was going right, but maybe it depends on your internet connection and um, how the server is set up. But yeah, and if you would like to host it on your infrastructure, we could give you the instruction how to um, install this mesh central maybe on your infrastructure. So yeah, that should work. And yeah, you said that you see still the value of these USB sticks in the global south, and that's what my feedback was from people who were approaching us, that they had really, yeah, people doing a workshop maybe in Africa, and they did not have the internet connection to download 4 GB there. So for them, it was really good to have these sticks and boot or ship the ISO with a stick to people, and yeah, do it like that. Mhm. Good.
Okay, thanks. That's all the time we have got now. So thank you for presentation. And we have 4 minutes, and then there should be next presentation. Thank you.